Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
Switch gears to the Cavaliers. Yes, the NBA draft is tomorrow. They have the 49th pick. Brian Windhorst saying that there's been talk of them trying to trade up into the first round around the 20s, mid-20s for somebody. They've had some workouts with some big men, some wing players, things like that you might be able to get in the second round or trying to trade up. But guys, what really should we, with limited assets, what sort of rabbit should Kobe Altman trying to pull out of the magic hat this offseason?
Is it the forward from Boston, Grant Williams? Is that his name?
Yes, Grant Williams
has an outside shot, nice defensive player, gets rebounds. Mm-hmm. Get that guy. Give me one more, just a nice,
Wasn't
sharp
that the guy talking crap to Jimmy Butler, and then Jimmy Butler lit him up?
Yeah, so I hope you learned a lesson. But yes, that was him. It was a tough lesson learned. Yeah, I just need shooters, man. This team is right there. All they need is some outside shooting. If you get outside shooting, that whole playoff game against New York series is completely changed, and they don't stack the box and already help one of the best offensive rebounder make his job even easier, and Jared Allen's job a million times harder. You get Donovan Mitchell can start driving because they can't load the box. Everything opens up when you get shooting. Like, there's a reason when you have LeBron, you surround LeBron with shooters because
the
go
Lakers
inside.
don't do that.
Well, they're idiots.
I mean, they kind of did at the trade deadline. They definitely shot the ball a lot better, and that's why they made it to the Western Conference Finals, but no one was beating the Nuggets. Just looking at it, no one was beating the Nuggets team. They just had too good of a team. And the key to that, Jamal Murray. Mm-hmm. Jamal, I know how good Jokic is. Jokic is him, as the kids now say. But Jamal Murray, those last 2 years coming off that ACL tear, that's what really hurt the Nuggets going into the playoffs. They needed gamer Jamal Murray to be at the point to kind of playing off Jokic, and now, Bruce Brown and some of the young guys that they had around them, like Jeff Green coming out of nowhere, playing like the guy we thought we traded for in 2018.
The ageless Jeff Green.
The ageless Jeff Green. I mean, it all came together for him. I think Michael Malone needs to stop focusing on the Lakers so much and stop being so petty. You coach LeBron, I know you probably still have at least somewhat of an affinity for him, but come on, you're talking about the Lakers when you just beat the Heat. I know the Heat were the 8 seed, but they had a good run themselves, and then you just pass it off and you're boasting still about beating the Lakers at your championship parade. I don't know.
I didn't listen to. I don't know.
I
take that one something out of Riz's book. I don't watch anyone else's parades. I don't watch the end of anyone else's championship. I don't want to see their little MVP trophies and the confetti come down. As soon as the game's over, usually I'm just click, turn it off. I'm I can't watch no one of this. I don't want to see people celebrate. Yeah, I mean, it drives me crazy.
I saw more of videos and stuff,
mm-hmm.
and
I know what you're saying.
Transcribed quotes, and I mean, where I'm working, we're gonna have sound bites and stuff, but. Come on, I was rooting for this team, not as a fan, but you didn't. Cleveland fans hate Denver fans, but that's more of a football thing, Browns and Broncos.
I had a different reason. I didn't want them to win. We're just not going to talk about it. Let's just put it that way.
We'll do that in a break. What do the Cavs need this offseason? Peter, did anybody respond to us?
I didn't see anything.
Okay.
No one cares.
We'll respond to that question.
What do they need, Kevin?
I mean, I think we've said it so many times. 3-and-D. You need guys on the wing. Even when you said it, even when LeBron was here, we were looking for 3-and-D players because we needed someone to come in. Richard Jefferson actually.
And I don't need a Jamario Moon 3-and-D.
No, Richard Jefferson was kind of that Jeff Green for us. The Nuggets Jeff Green. Ours was Richard Jefferson, able to give LeBron a few minutes, play in that small forward, play on the wing. We don't have those wing players that can knock down the corner three. No one's going to be guarding Isaac Okoro. As much work as he put in, and I give him credit.
If he ever develops a good three, he could be so good.
Right, but guys kept playing off of him.
Yeah. And he learns to drive, and it's a little harder to drive when a dude's 4 feet away from you.
And Jared Allen is, from a center position, has put himself in a spot where he could be traded because you don't. If the lights were too big in Madison Square Garden, we all could see that. We didn't need to hear you say that, especially when you did not perform in that series. That's what really frustrated me with Jared Allen. Now, am I kicking him out of town like everybody else is? No, we don't do that on this show. Unless it's absolutely necessary.
He's just too nice, man. I cannot be
That's
mad at that guy.
That's a problem.
I know.
That comment is a problem, especially in the position that he plays. In a positionless game, if you are going to have a traditional center on your team, when the lights get bright, when you get on the court between those 4 lines and the ball goes up in the air and it gets tipped off, you got to get mean. You got to get a little nasty.
Hey, dude.
I
just played basketball, I was telling you, for the first time
Mm-hmm.
in 2 years at my niece's graduation party. And my nephew, who's a lot younger, he kept trying to shoot, and one of the older guys would get off of him, and they kept blocking him. And I was just like, all right, it's on. And I did what Kevin just said. I just got mean. I became Baby Shaq, went to the post, and punished that dude for doing that. And I'm just backing him up and, like, beating him up pretty much. And later he's like, I didn't know I was guarding Shaq today. I'm like, hey, man, you shouldn't be leaving me and going blocking little kids. Now I'm going to make you pay for it.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about when you say that.
You gotta have that nasty. You gotta have that what they claim that they had, junkyard dog mentality. We did not see that in the playoffs from anybody. From anybody.
In a regular season, I'm cool with Jared Allen picking up Jalen Brunson. It is, and it's hard for me to tell the dude to not pick the dude up in a playoff game because that's his mentality. That's who he is as a person.
Because you're not scheming for that team when you're facing different teams every night. When you're a playoff series, you got to see the same team. If the switch of the pick is not working and you're ending up having...
But you know what part I'm talking about? When he got drilled and he stopped and helped Jalen Brunson up.
Yes.
He's like he is. He's the nicest guy in the world. When you... Before the game... or when the first whistle blows and when the last whistle between those times blows, you got to I believe, like, you got to make it personal. Like, you got to, even if you have to manifest it in your own head, like, I won't like you. Like, even if either one of you guys, we're playing a sport, at the end of, like, it's getting crunch time, like, you're going to see me have, like, a mean-ass face on me, dude. And I'm making it personal. Like, I'm being angry towards the other person. And I'm not going to hurt them or, like, throw a punch or nothing, but I let that anger fuel me.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he
and when I
definitely
say
needs to
get
get
nasty,
a little...
I mean, like, get on the glass. Like, after game 1 or a couple games in a row, when you're seeing a box score where you're being out-rebounded and that was something that was a calling card for you and your team during the season, at some point you got to change the mentality and you got to say... every single ball that comes off that rim that I don't have to pick out of the bottom of the net is mine.
Make it personal, like they're trying to take your lunch money. Like, that's my ball. What are you doing taking my ball?
New York made it personal every single game. The offensive rebounding
we just have to hope
never changed.
That stung so bad that they're going to work their ass off.
That's what I'm hoping.
That's what I think. You're going to see it right away, I believe. And it's either going to make this team or break this team.
And stop getting mad at Donovan Mitchell for,
I just don't care. Like, yeah.
Being a fan of his hometown. Like, again, we loved it that we had our hometown kid in LeBron.
Worked for the Mets. Like,
right. We got, like, it's one thing to get mad at LeBron for wearing a Yankees cap to a Guardian or an Indians-Yankees playoff game at home here in Cleveland and being the Yankees fan. Yes, he was a Cowboys fan. Like, he's from here and he's a fan of another city. But we loved that LeBron was from here. He was Cleveland. When he said, Cleveland, this is for you, we absolutely loved it. Because, like, he understood it, especially that second stint. He understood what it meant to deliver on his promise to his hometown. We absolutely loved that we soak all of that up. Donovan Mitchell is playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, but it's the offseason. His dad works for the organization. He's mentioned New York a couple times. No, I didn't like that he was so, he got kind of wide-eyed and happy talking about the New York fans in Madison Square Garden, but he's not the only one I'm mad at for making Madison Square Garden comments this offseason. He's been the scapegoat for the Cavaliers, for the frustration of Cavaliers fans.